Hi guys! Welcome back sa aking channel. So for today's video is i-share ko sa inyo kung ano yung mga requirements na pinasa ko for Japan Tourist Visa and kung paano ako nagkaroon ng 10-year multiple entry. First of all, yung mga requirements na sasabihin ko or lilista ko dito sa video na to ay makikita sa Japan Embassy website. Yung website is ilalagay ko sa comment section. So make sure to visit the website before kayong mag-process ng requirements ninyo kasi baka merong changes or updates na gawin ng Japan Embassy. First is yung travel agency. Yung Japan Tourist Visa and yung other type of visa is mapaprocess lang if ipasa or i-lodge natin sa accredited agencies yung applications natin. Yung accredited travel agencies is makikita din sa website, so make sure to choose one and kung ano yung pinaka-convenient sa inyo. In my case, since I'm from Visayas, I chose Friendship Tours na located sa Cebu, sa Oak Ridge. And meron ding ibang accredited agency doon. I think Attic Tours is also an accredited agency. I just chose Friendship Tours, not sponsored. Kasi may mga kakilala akong nag-apply doon and they can attest na super hassle-free and convenient yung naging flow ng process nila. After mong makapili ng travel agency, it's now time to prepare your visa requirements. First is yung passport. Hindi ko na i-detail yan kasi alam kong alam nyo na yan. Just make sure na yung visa nyo is my signature. Merong enough space para sa visa or sa tatak na ibibigay ng embassy. Valid siya for at least 6 months and of course, hindi siya mutilated. Walang punit or hindi siya sira. Okay? Second is yung application form. Yung application form is mada-download lang din sa Japan Embassy website. So, just make sure to download the template there. And yung application form nila is super straight to the point. Super straightforward. So, just make sure na you don't miss out any information na ina-ask and double-check, triple-check to make sure the accuracy of the data that you put. And kung hindi naman applicable, wala kayong masagot doon sa field or sa questions application form, just put NA. Okay? Siya nga pala, your application form, pwede siyang naka-computerized or pwede ding handwritten. Sa application form, ipipaste yung ID picture na isa sa mga requirements ng Japan Embassy. Yung size niya is 45 by 35 mm. So, I highly suggest na you have your photo taken professionally para ma-make sure natin na tama yung size and hindi tayo magkamali. Okay. Next requirement is yung PSA-issued birth certificate. Kailangan lang to for first-time applicants, just like me. So, kailangan within 1 year yung issuance. And if kung late registration kayo, just like me then, you have to secure Form 137 and baptismal certificate. Ang Form 137, makukuha lang yan sa high school nyo. So, just make sure na ma-determine nyo kung late registration ba kayo or not. And second additional requirement is yung baptismal certificate. In my case, nakuha lang namin sa kumbento. Paano nga ba malalaman kung late registration ka or not? Kung late registration ka, sa pagkakaalam ko, 2 pages yung birth certificate mo. Kung hindi ka late registration, 1 page lang. Yung second page para siyang note or additional information na nagsasabi na late registration ka. For married applicants naman, you have to submit your PSA-issued marriage certificate. Issued then within 1 year. If you're no longer first-time applicants, hindi nyo na kailangan magpasa ng birth certificate and marriage certificate. Okay? And if for some reason hindi mabasa yung certificates nyo, yung marriage or yung birth certificate nyo, you have to submit and secure your birth certificate and marriage certificate issued by the local civil registrar. Luckily, nababasa naman yung PSA-issued birth certificate ko, so hindi ako nagpasa nito. Next requirement is yung itinerary in Japan. Ito. Screenshot nyo na lang para magkaroon kayo ng reference. So basically, yung template na to, which can be downloaded sa Japan Embassy website, is nagli-list down lang ng itinerary ninyo. Like yung activities, yung plans nyo while you are in Japan. Ina-ask dito yung contact number and yung accommodation, but that doesn't mean na dapat meron na kayong final booking ng hotel. Hindi. Okay lang, temporary lang. In my case, yung sa amin is temporary lang yon and naghahanap pa kami talaga ng final na hotel or Airbnb na pagsistayan namin. Just make sure na yung number of days na nakalista sa itinerary ninyo is the exact number of days na inilagay nyo sa application form. Kasi sa application form, inask doon kung how many days will you stay in Japan. So make sure kung 5 days yung nasa application form ninyo, 5 days din yung nakalagay sa itinerary. Okay? Next requirement is yung bank certificate. Yung bank certificate nyo is dapat, yung time frame niya is within 6 months and dapat meron siyang ADB. Okay. If for some reason walang ADB yung bank certificate nyo, kailangan yung magpasa ng bank statements. Yung bank statements is, ito yung listahan ng mga transactions nyo within 6 months din. Madalas na tanong, how much nga ba yung kailangan na ADB or how much nga ba ang kailangan na ending balance ng bank statement nyo or bank certificate rather? Walang definite answer, walang definite ruling sa Japan Embassy, neither sa Korean Embassy. Yung mga nababasa ko lang is dapat at least 5 to 10,000 pesos per day ang maging budget nyo sa Japan. So for example, naglakay kayo ng 5 days sa application form ninyo, dapat at least 50k yung nasa bank nyo. Based sa mga nababasa ko sa Facebook, yung mga posts nila regarding sa visa application form, wala talagang bearing sometimes kahit na milyones yung pera mo kasi meron ding nade-deny. So, hindi talaga basihan yung money na nasa bank certificate ninyo or kung magkano yung ADB. Just make sure na ma-prove nyo lang sa embassy na uuwi kayo. Okay. Speaking of uuwi, another requirement is yung ITR ninyo or yung income tax return. It may be Form 2316 para sa mga employed or kung para sa mga self-employed, 1701. In my case, since I am a CPA working remotely, hindi ako employed na mabibigyan ng Form 2316, ang kailangan kong i-process is yung 1701. And I was not able to submit my 1701 kasi meron pa akong mga kailangang asikasuhin sa BIR and mga requirements na kailangan kong ayusin bago ma-finalize yung 1701 ko. Though, meron akong COR, Certificate of Registration. Nung nag-start ako mag-work remotely, I secured COR or Certificate of Registration sa BIR and yun yung pinasa ko as one of the requirements, additional requirements sa visa application ko. If kagaya ko kayo na merong COR pero wala pang 1701, just create an explanation letter kung bakit wala ka pang 1701 and kung ano yung mga additional requirements na ipapasa mo in lieu of that 1701. Okay. Next requirement is yung COE o yung Certificate of Employment. Kailangan sa Certificate of Employment nakalagay yung kailan nyo ka nag-start, kung ano yung salary mo, and kung ano yung position mo. Hindi naman naka-indicate sa requirements na kailangan wet signature yung COE ninyo, like wet signature ng HR or ng CEO. Yung sa akin is digital, pero hindi naman siya naging issue. And the other requirement na pinasa ko is multiple entry visa form. Yung multiple entry visa form, mada-download lang din sa Japan Embassy website. So, ito yung itsura ng multiple entry request form. I-tick mo lang dyan or check mo kung saan ka applicable. So, in my case, since I'm a CPA, tinik ko yung pangatlo and then yung pangalawang box. Yung a lawyer, CPA, patent attorney, etc., etc. And nilagay ko yung reason bakit gusto ko ng multiple entry. And yung nilagay ko is to experience different seasons of Japan. And nilagay ko yung signature and yung date. And the final requirement I submitted is yung cover letter or your explanation letter. As mentioned kanina, wala akong 1701, kaya in-explain ko sa letter na yon kung bakit wala and kung ano yung requirement na ipapasa ko in lieu of 1701. Which is the COR, Certificate of Registration. If wala kayo both, wala kayong COR, wala kayong 1701, or if wala kayong Form 137 or Baptismal Certificate, ilagay nyo lang sa explanation letter. And explain nyo lang kung bakit hindi kayo nakasecure. For example, kung Form 137, hindi kayo nakasecure. Possible, kasi hindi kayo nakauwi ng probinsya nyo, ganun, pati yung Baptismal Certificate nyo. Just be honest. Alright? Hindi naman requirement yung explanation letter. Requirement lang yan kung meron kang need explain. If wala, okay lang. go, push. Yung mga list of requirements na nasa listahan nila, yun lang din yung ibigay mo. Okay. So yun na nga, I applied for my tourist visa sa friendship tour sa Cebu. I submitted it on August 27 and nagkaroon ng result September 4. Since hindi ako from Cebu, pina-LBC ko lang yung passport ko and na-receive ko siya noong September 10. And ito na siya. Multiple. Very pa-cutesy din yung photo ko dyan as a Japanese girly. Charing. So yun na yun guys, yun yung naging visa application process ko and kung paano ako nagkaroon ng 10-year multiple entry visa. Sana naka-help yung video na to and abangan nyo yung travel vlogs ko. Though yung Japan ko medyo matagal pa, pero this year na yun. And before tayo mag-Japan is pupunta ako sa another country. And abangan nyo yung travel vlogs ko and yung mga kalokohan ko doon kasi I will be going on a solo trip again and wala akong kasama. Alam nyo naman kung wala akong kasama, nagkakaroon ako ng a little bit. Kaya abangan nyo yung mga vlogs ko. And ayun, thank you for watching. See you on my next vlog.